I don't want to hurt you. I don't want either of us to end up killing the other. But we're running out of alternatives. Perhaps it all hinges on tonight. I don't know what it was that bent your life out of shape, but maybe I've been there too. You don't need to be alone. We don't have to kill each other. Let me help you.
I'm sorry, but no. It's far too late for that.
An ordinary guy named Jack Napier, who's an engineer at a chemical factory, was not living the life at the fullest, just barely surviving. The constant struggle to earn enough to keep up with his pregnant wife's healthcare expenses and also to daily wake up and spend 3/4 of his day at a profession he didn't like was severely affecting him. He began to search for ways where he could not only be happy but also earn hefty amounts of money so that he would never have to face the consequences of being a lower middle class in a city like Gotham. He always desired to be looked at in a cheerful manner and was a praiser for the various clowns and comedians who worked hard to put on a smile at people's faces. So now was just the perfect time to switch his frustrating engineer career to the one he always admired. Days later, he learned comedy and became a comedian. The ease and swift outcomes he expected from his new career were just opposite. He had no audience coming to his show, and also he wasn't allowed to several events because of his not so popular comic career. This took a terrible toll on his mind and also destroyed his financial space. Earlier, at least he had a fixed amount coming from his job at the factory, but now with dices thrown at comedy, he became broke. With his wife's health problems and the recurring thoughts about his unborn child, he was desperate enough to look for ways which were not only illegal but involved commitments that could potentially destroy his individual existence. This all led him to guide two criminal minds through the chemical plant where he previously worked, so that they can rob the playing card company next to it. Further plotting this theft, he got the news that his unborn child and the wife are dead due to the hospital accident which caught an inextinguishable fire. Grief-stricken, he was not in a state to assist this plan anymore. But the criminals forced him and threatened him if he withdraw from it now, they will kill him. With no other choice, he had to keep up with his commitment, and they planned everything what a sane mind could possibly do. On the day, the criminals face a startling encounter with a security personnel, a shootout ensues, and the two criminals are killed, and Jack is confronted by none other than the caped crusader, the Batman. Completely terrified, Jack runs and jumps into the chemical plant's waste pound lock with an intention to escape the Dark Knight, and he is swept through a pipe leading outside. This escape costed him his identity. He discovers to his horror that the chemicals have permanently bleached his skin chalk white, stained his lips red, and dyed his hair green. His disfigurement, compounded with the loss of his family, also traumatized by meeting Batman, drives him completely insane and marks the death of Jack and the birth of the Joker. This was one of the memories in Jack's mind about how he turned into Joker. The Joker later admits that he is not sure whether this actually happened, as the memories of his previous life are ambiguous. Joker's other vague memories include origin convincing thoughts such as Jack is a professional criminal and committing crime is a cakewalk for him. In this, on facing Batman, he is attacked by a grin that splits his face. This was all because Jack posed serious damage to Batman's close love interest. Basically, the Knight takes a batarang and ends up slashing his face, which on realizing, Jack said, "It is nice to feel something on my face." Later, Jack is taken to a chemical plant by some mobsters and they drop him into the plant's vat. With no hope to survive, he still lives as he is flushed down the drain with his traditional clown-like appearance. Jack changes his identity to the Joker and now commits crime over Gotham in full flow. The other thought, which is another memory of Jack, speaks of a timeline that pre-disfigurement, Jack ran a gang of Red Hoods, And all these people were committing discomforts in law with their weird mask on 24/7. With constant battle with Batman, Jack and his gang were surrounded by cops at every inch of a chemical factory. Eventually, every Red Hood was shot down and Jack jumped into a vat full of chemicals to escape Batman and the cops. He survives, but with permanent disfigurement, white skin, green hair, and a mind full of unpredictable psychotic plans, leading him to be feared as Joker. I guess we will have to live by his dialogue of letting his past be a multiple choice question because even he cannot address it clearly. The only thing that is clear is he has suffered through unbearable pain and he has proved his point that all it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive to lunacy. That's how far the world is from where Joker is, just one bad day. So this was all for today. I guess we'll never know what exactly happened to Jack aka Joker, or would we in future? That is for you to answer. Please let us know in comments. Hit like and do subscribe if you liked the video and stay tuned to Sino Freaks.